What is up, YouTube? This is kind of a hard video to do and talk about because of a lot of the stuff that's been going on and just the thought process behind this. It's alright. So, we all know in the videos of the past, I like to be honest about a lot of things, be raw about it, and I don't do a bunch of editing. I don't do a bunch of just a bunch of stuff, to make this all too flashy. That's just not how this channel is. But as a lot of you know, recently the videos have kind of dropped off, and I actually had people reaching out asking, what's going on? Are you out of ideas? Are you just quitting YouTube, or what's going on? And to be honest, it's not that I'm losing motivation or that I want to quit YouTube or anything like that. It's just life's been happening, and yeah, it's just a lot. It is a lot kind of going on. So this time of the year, we always have school events, sports start, and everything that goes with that. So it's pretty hard to keep up with a lot of this. And it's just the fact that, as a lot of you know, over the past few years, about 2 years or so, and really in the past few months, I've really gotten out of retro games. Not necessarily playing video games, but more along the lines of even collecting, looking at, like, a lot of the channels I don't even enjoy anymore. Some of the bigger ones, like, I hate to say this, and it's nothing against them or anything like that, but I don't really watch much of Pixel Game Squad, Retro Rick, anything like that anymore, just because the passion behind retro games and stuff like that just seems to have faded and looks more like, I don't know, it looks more like a business nowadays for everything. And to me personally, I just got out of it. Wasn't fun anymore to collect. And now, along the lines of trying to find something else in my life to enjoy again, a different hobby. A lot of you know this, and I've talked about this. I noticed that collecting was just not great anymore for me. I was collecting a lot of the crap for the wrong reasons, and then I was just not enjoying it anymore. I sold a large amount of my collection, and to this day I'm still selling bits of it off here and there. But I did find another hobby that kind of brought me closer to my son, which improved a lot. Basically, so a lot of you guys know that I have 3 kids, and the youngest one right now is really into sports. And growing up, I always told myself that, I'd be long. My father was not really that much participating in a lot of my things, so I always made it an effort growing up made a lot of effort for my kids growing up to be a part of their stuff. So I coach Little League now. I coach flag football, and I help with basketball, and I do all this stuff because that's what my son's into. But we've really gotten into recently is sports cards. So a lot of you know right off the back are gonna be like, oh no, now he's addicted to sports cards. He's addicted to collecting cards and stuff like that. And I'd be the first to admit that yes, it is hard not to go all in on this. With retro game collecting, it was one thing that you bought the item and you were with it. There was no mystery factor behind it. There was no crazy, gamble along with it. It was okay, you know what you're getting into and you buy the item. And being, 11 and a half, almost 12 years sober now, I'm a very addicted personality. I know that, and I admitted it and stuff like that. So one of the big things too that's hard is the gambling aspect of buying packs and opening them up is ridiculous. Sometimes you pull a very good card and it just makes you want to buy more, and that's why this has really been more of a focus on the hobby, more along the lines of my son. Whereas we have set down a limit. One of my big things right now is, as much as I don't like Whatnot, what I've been finding lately has been really fun for me is just hanging out in the streams and joining in on giveaways. And you guys will see a video down the road about this too. That's gonna be the other big thing too. Is I think I'm gonna start doing more card collecting videos too. But I've been enjoying these Whatnot shows, just doing the giveaway parts, and I've won a bunch of free cards. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I mean, just in general, I think the biggest thing that was cool about this was I bought a box of sorry, excuse me. I bought a box of cards for my son, and he was opening it, and then one of the cool aspects of it was he pulled this really kind of rare Drake May rookie card. It's like a silver variation. You can kind of see the reflection of it, and it really just like, he just got super excited, got super ecstatic, and it instantly brought me back to when I was a kid and enjoyed card collecting, pulling my favorite players or pulling teams that I like. So he's a huge Chiefs fan. Meanwhile, I'm a Steelers fan. So what got really into this was we started opening packs here and there, mostly him, because like I said, that's been kind of the big thing about this is I don't want to make it too much about myself. I want to kind of share it. I want to make sure I share it with him. Growing up, when I did card collecting, it was something my father did as well. But like some aspect like this, so like if I would have pulled a card like this growing up, my father would immediately took it and stashed it away with his, because I was too young to have a card that's worth $100 or something like that, you know. And so for the longest time I let him hold on to this card, but he decided one day that he wants to sell this card so he could buy more cards. And I literally just kind of like basically bought the card from him because I kind of wanted to, well, I traded, I should say. I traded some of my other cards to keep this one in aspect, because I always wanted to hold on to this one for him because it's such a great card, and I want him, the memory of it, to be around here, that, you know, like this was one of the first great cards that he pulled. So we made sure that we shared this hobby together now, and like an aspect of it goes into so he collects Chiefs players and I collect Steelers players. So I periodically we will open packs, and I told him that, you know, you can keep pretty much everything, but I just want the Steelers players. So here's a couple cards that have been popping up here and there. There's Charles Woodson, that's not a Steelers player, but that's actually, these cards are actually from when I was a kid. I have a little collection of Charles Woodson cards. But yeah, just very random Steelers cards, nothing too fancy. Sorry, I'm just kind of showing off. So this auto is kind of cool from George Pickens, and then these cool little Joey Porter Jr. So what I'm just kind of talking about in this video is laying down what has been going on and how the aspect of this is now. I don't want people to think that I've quit retro gaming completely. Like, don't think that this is just me telling you guys, hey, this channel is going to be changing over to a sports card collecting channel or anything like that. I still enjoy gaming. Obviously you guys have seen my live streams where, yeah, I'm playing Skyrim still, and I'm actually planning on playing Oblivion here pretty soon too, because they just recently released some news on a remaster coming up, and I've actually been having a hankering to play Oblivion. But a lot of this video is just telling you guys the process that goes with when a hobby just becomes not fun anymore. Like I said, there's channels that aren't interesting to me anymore. I obviously watch all my friends' channels and stuff like that, and the ones that keep it interesting. But I'm more along the lines of getting rid of just I don't know, like the channels that just look at games more along the lines of a value nowadays instead of what they are, you know, an art form, you know, a fun thing to do. Basically, they're just throwing up dollar signs everywhere, or look how much I spent, look how much I got, look how much this, look at that. They're not like pulling out a game and talking about 20 minutes about how they enjoy it. They're just talking about, well, this is a $150 game. I paid this lady $10 for it, so that's 140% profit, or $140 profit. I'm just tired of that crap. Is really what I'm coming down to, and I'm sorry if that offends some people. If that's what your channel's based on, I mean, don't let me offend you for it or whatever. If that's what you like to do, that's what you like to do. This is why I'm talking about this, because it's just becoming less and less of me enjoying that anymore. And just along the lines, like I said, that my son isn't getting as much into gaming anymore. For a while there, that's what we were into. That's what, we were into playing Mario. We were into that. And I've talked about how the Switch doesn't even get touched anymore. We got Mario Wonder, I want to say it was for Christmas or something like that, and we played one world of it, and we both thought the game sucked, and we stopped playing. And like I said, I still enjoy gaming. I'm playing Skyrim. I'm doing all this, but I'm just losing more along the lines of having the stuff around. Now, does that mean everything you see behind me is just going to suddenly disappear? Not likely. I did get a Retron 5, and I am probably tossing back the idea of just selling off a lot of the consoles themselves. And I'm going to keep the boxes, because that's actually one of my favorite parts of my collection, is the console boxes that I have behind me that you can see. Now, will the display behind me probably change over time? Yes. There might be some cards and stuff like that getting put into there, yeah. Well, I'm just trying to say is that people don't understand that some days hobbies just get boring, or you're not into it as much as you once were. And I know a lot of people probably have seen this coming, because over the last 2 years of me talking about this retro game collecting addiction and how this channel is built in the wrong way to begin with, because of what I had big dreams starting off, that I was going to be able to become a big YouTuber someday, that I was going to be able to quit my job and all this stuff like that, but obviously that's never going to happen. And nor would I really want it to be, because I've noticed how toxic YouTube can get, and from friends in the past, not saying my friends on here are toxic, but I could see what YouTube can do to you. And even now, as I'm not making as many videos and I'm watching my views go down, I'm watching my whatever, my monthly revenue go down, it's kind of just like, wow, I should be pumping out some videos to get this back up. And just that, thinking about something like that is just kind of like, it's all the wrong reasons of doing YouTube. If you're looking at YouTube as a money maker, okay, but at the end of the day, if you're not making videos because you like doing it and you're just doing it for that way, it's just not worth it to me. So I can drag on and rant about this for a while. I just wanted to check in with you guys. I'm still going to be doing guys, don't worry. Sooner or later, I'm probably going to start putting some more out too, and I'm still going to keep talking about the mental aspect of collecting and stuff like that in general. And like I said, there might start being some more stuff popping up on here about cards and everything to do with that. I'm not going to change the name. That's my brand or whatever, and it'll always be that. I still play retro games. I'm just not as obsessed with it as I once was. But I still game, so that's important. The games are about playing them. That's been besides Stay Retro, my friends, that's been a big thing that we talk about a lot around here, is games are meant to be played. So happy Saturday, everybody. I don't want this to seem like a Debbie Downer thing that I'm quitting this, so I just want you guys to know that there will be more stuff coming. Don't worry, it's not like the channel is gonna just up and quit, but I just kind of want to check in. So with that being said, guys, as always, stay retro, my friends. Thank you so much for watching today. And yeah, if you guys would be more interested in card collecting videos down the road, just let me know. But I think I'm going to do a couple series on here. Specifically, there will be a Whatnot video. Besides, there will be a Whatnot video coming here pretty soon about how to efficiently use apps like those without diving in too much to the FOMO aspect of it. That has been a big talk in the past. I've talked about the dangers of Whatnot. I'm not saying that Whatnot is the worst thing in the world. I see TikTok now does the same thing with auctions. They're in a beta form right now, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that road to and how you can better adjust to something like that without the FOMO buying of it. So with that being said, guys, as always, stay retro, my friends, and we will see you in the next video. God bless, guys.